Yeah, give it a little closer.
All right, Chair.
It is 7 o'clock. We will call to order this regularly scheduled meeting of the McMinnville City Board of Mayor and Aldermen. The first item on the agenda is roll call.
Except for Stacy Harvey and Zach Sutton.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is consideration of minutes. Each member of the board should have received copies of both or minutes from both meetings of the November 9th regular session and the November 15th called session. If there be no requests for additions, corrections, or deletions, I will entertain a motion to dispense with the November 9th regular session minutes as read.
So moved.
Have a motion by Miss Sally Brock, second by Miss Rachel Kirby. All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. If there be no requests for additions, corrections, or deletions of the minutes from the November 15th called session, we'll entertain a motion to dispense with those as read.
So moved.
You have a motion by Mr. Everett Brock, second by Mr. Steve Harvey. All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Item 3 on the agenda is recognition of visitors. Anyone who wishes to address the board, please approach the podium and state your name and address for the record.
My name is Carrie Morton. I live at 942 Indian Mound Drive. So I sat in on the 3-hour meeting we had the other night about the blue building. First of all, I don't really have a dog in the fight, just saying. But some things that I gathered from that were we went to the trouble several times on getting appraisals for the building. So that was the one thing. So we know how much the property is actually worth. Right now, nobody is selling their property for less than what the appraised value is. If anything, you're getting more than what the appraised value is. So I'm a little confused on the proposals that have come in, and everything is kind of under what the appraisal is. The one that I did see that where the city would be getting some property tax off was McMinnville Aluminum and Vinyl were asking for part of the property, and they're a commercial, and they would be paying commercial taxes to the city. City and county both get commercial taxes. So theirs was really the one option that was even wanting part of the property to where the city would be gaining some property tax. The investment partners, I love the ideas of some condos going into that building, but once again, I don't understand why we would be selling it for less than the appraised value of the land. The TIF program, it's a little confusing. And from what I understood the other night, the city is going to get 0 tax dollars for maybe 20 years is what I kind of saw in the thing. Another thing is, I'm not sure if y'all are going to even vote on that tonight, but there are 2 people that aren't here. I'm not sure how y'all go about doing that. If you have people who aren't present, I don't know if they're able to call in. Also, I think we have some board members who maybe have some conflicts of interest. We have Ms. Kirby, who's family members, and Everett and Sally Brock own property that could possibly benefit from it. I'm not saying anything is bad. I'm just saying it looks bad. And I'm out in the community a lot, and from things of what I'm hearing from clients and people that I know on the street, I just think the best thing maybe would be to sell McMinnville Aluminum and Vinyl what they want, put a for sale sign on the property, and let the chips fall where they may for the rest of it. So I don't know if y'all can do that, or if it's even a thought process for you guys, or if you have to take these proposals. But, you know, if I have property to sell, I'm probably not going to sell it for under what the appraised value is in this market that we have right now. Thank you.
Anybody else? Hearing none, we'll move on to item 4, recognition of employees. We have several department heads here this evening. If anyone wishes to.
I didn't know if it was said everything I wanted to say. My name is Bobby Edwards. I live on South High Street. I know each and every one of you. But she did say everything I wanted to say, so I'm not going to take up much of your time. But the conflict of interest is pretty interesting to me. Especially there's 2 out I don't know how you can vote, but just take that in consideration. And but like she said, there's 3 that's involved that can benefit from this. So I don't think they ought to be able to vote on it. And I appreciate it.
Item 4 is recognition of employees. If any department heads wish to give recognition to any City of McMinnville employees, time is now. Hearing none, we'll move on to item 5, communications. Item 5A is a request from Holly McBride, president and co-founder of McMinnville Special Games, requesting a waiver of the reservation fee and use of the grassy lot for their event on Saturday, December 11th for McMinnville Special Games Horsing Around to provide Santa and miniature pony pictures.
I'm Natalie Davenport, and I'm here on behalf of Holly McBride. She was unable to attend tonight. So I'm on the board with McMinnville Special Games, and we're just requesting the waiver of that fee. We've had kind of a rough time with fundraising, but we still have many active participants. So we're just asking for maybe a waiving of that fee so that we can take advantage of that opportunity. This is the first time that we've done anything like this. So.
And that's something that's commonly done for nonprofit organizations with the use of our facilities. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the request for a fee waiver.
So moved.
I have a motion by Miss Sally Brock,
Second it.
second by Miss Rachel Kirby. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item 6 is petitions. There are none. Item 7 is unfinished business, which is regarding the Blue Building meeting from last week. Action on this item was deferred to this evening just due to the copious amount of information that we received from those who provided proposals. So the item reads, vote on the City of McMinnville's intent to designate the preferred proposal from the applicants who submitted under the request for proposal to redevelop the Blue Building and Old City Garage properties subject to a negotiation of a mutually accepted contract. So what are the wishes of the board?
I understand that the motion that I made was deferred rather than withdrawn. Is that correct?
It's of no consequence.
Okay. We don't have to make another motion then?
Well, you have to take, if you take action tonight, yes, you'll have to do so by motion.
I'd like to, can you read that motion that we had?
Last time?
Yeah.
No, because it
Because it
you
was
withdrew it,
wiped
so it
out.
wasn't in the minutes.
This item on the agenda contains the language necessary to vote on the agenda item.
Okay. Then the motion I'm going to make is that our intent to designate a preferred proposal from the applicants that we have in front of us who submitted those applicants or who submitted those requests, and that we vote on that. I guess I'm not sure exactly how to write it, but that we vote on the proposals we have in front of us. Is that okay or not?
I would use the language that's on the agenda.
Okay. All right. So the language that we have on the unfinished business is okay.
Is the
Okay.
is the resolution to be voted on.
All right. That's the motion that I'm making. So you can copy it. Vote on the City of McMinnville's intent to designate the preferred proposal from the applicants who submitted under the request for proposals to redevelop the Blue Building, the Old City Garage property, subject to negotiation of a mutually accepted contract with whoever they want to vote for.
We have a motion on this item. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Steve Harvey. I guess as the roll is called, rather than yay or nay, it will just be the name of the respondent that gave a proposal. And the one with the most ones wins. So is there any discussion on the matter? Again, I know there was a lot of information that we received last week, and I'm sure it's well known by now, but Hickory Creek Partners did withdraw. It appeared that they were not going to be eligible for the housing credits that they thought they were going to be able to, which left them without one of their main avenues of financing the project that they proposed. So that leaves us with the investment partners of McMinnville's proposal, Dr. Schultz's proposal, and then the proposal from, forgive me, is it McMinnville or Warren Aluminum? McMinnville Aluminum. The table's open if there's anything that anybody wants to.
I think we went about this in a very fair and legal way to sell this property. One thing I've learned through this is there are a lot of people in this town who are really passionate about saving this building. Some so much that they're willing to purchase the building just for that reason. I've also learned that there are a lot of people that are passionate about getting more housing in this town and specifically in this area. I've been contacted by a lot of people about this issue, probably more than any issue that we voted on in a long time. And by phone, by text, by email, in person, and overwhelmingly, people want the investment partners proposal to go through.
I'm just glad that something is finally happening with it, or it appears it's going to be. I've gone through 3 city election cycles for the Board of Mayor and Aldermen, and each and every one have fielded multiple questions about this property, what the city's intentions, of it would be in the future, what, my plans or ideas would be. And it just seems that none of that has ever come to fruition in the past. And as long as I can remember before then, since it was vacated by the city. So I'm just glad to say that this board is finally taking action on it. And it appears that something is going to be done with it.
I mean, this has gone on way too many years. You're right. It really has. And all we've ever heard is how much that property is worth without the building on it. That's all, for the last 10 years, that's all everybody's been saying. And those people that wanted to buy it to get rid of the building had their opportunity. I mean, I'd like to know where they are, because this was out there for anybody to bid on it, whether you kept the building or whether you tore it down, and no one did. We didn't have one proposal of someone that wanted the property just for the property.
Yeah, but I have to say, like you, I've received overwhelming support in terms of investment partners from the community. I've only received one, I guess, somebody who wanted to purchase the property outright and do something else with it. And I just had to tell that person, I said, you had every opportunity to submit a proposal, just like everybody else. And they said that they opted not to do that for whatever reason and just asked the city to reject all the proposals and put it up to the highest bidder. But again, that was so that he would have a shot at purchasing it. But, like we both said, he had that opportunity. So
I've had the same responses. In fact, I had another realtor contact me and ask that I vote for investment partners because this realtor was ready to move into a condominium that will be built. And that was another realtor unassociated with the investment partners. And I also want to say that no matter who gets this proposal or who would get the proposal, we still own property there. Does that mean we can't accept any proposal or we can't vote because we own property? I don't think so. Just saying.
The one thing that does bother me a little bit, it bothers me a lot, but it's something that I can't not let stand in the way. And that I hate that the folks at the aluminum place are not being able to, if they don't get this bid, that they won't be able to necessarily buy that land. And I'm not sure that that's not the case in the long run. I think probably the proposal, they want to see if they have enough land to build all the townhouses on, because you have to have X number of square footage of land before you can build certain structures in certain zoning areas. So I would hope somewhere down the road that that if we do vote for investment partners, that they can reach an understanding with the folks at McMinnville Aluminum. That's the one thing that I'd like to see, even if it's a strip of land that would allow them to give, use the driveway a little bit better, that type of thing. Other than that, I think that the investment partners is the way to go.
Well, the item does read, subject to a negotiation of a mutually acceptable contract. So we do still have some negotiating to do with whoever we ought to move forward with. So I do hope that that is something that can be negotiated if investment partners is indeed the one that gets the contract. So is there any further discussion among the board members? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote.
Everett Brock,
Before I vote, I'll need to add something. It's my understanding that the law requires any voting member to disclose any personal interest of that member in the subject matter under consideration. I have no personal interest in the subject matter under consideration, but I do own real property adjacent to the blue building. I still intend to exercise my vote, and my vote is for investment partners.
Sally Brock,
I'll have to say the same thing. It's my understanding that the law requires any voting member to disclose any personal interest of the member in the subject matter under consideration. I have no personal interest in the subject matter under consideration, but I do own property adjacent to the blue building. And I also intend to exercise my vote. And again, it wouldn't matter who got the proposal. I still have property there, and I've had that property for 30 some years.
You have to vote.
Oh, and I vote for investment property.
Steve Harvey,
Investment partners.
Rachel Kirby,
I'm not legally obligated to abstain from voting because of my relationship and my interest in this property and the developers as well. I wasn't appointed to this seat. I didn't put R. Kirby on an election sign and pretend to be someone else to get elected to this seat. However, because of the relationship and because it is the right thing to do, I am going to abstain from voting.
Mayor Justine,
Investment partners. Motion carries to enter a contract or enter negotiations for a contract with investment partners. Congratulations, investment partners will be in contact with you soon. Thank you for your proposal. Item 8 is new business. Does any member of the board have any new business to discuss this evening? Hearing none, we'll move on to item 9, resolutions. Resolution 9A is resolution number 2151, a resolution to authorize the city of McMinnville, Tennessee to accept the bid from Portland Utilities Construction LLC for the 2020 sewer system rehab CDBG grant in the amount of $1,189,135 for the McMinnville Water and Sewer Department, to authorize the mayor to execute said contract and the recorder to attest the same, and to express the time when the resolution becomes effective. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Everett Brock,
Second.
second by Ms. Rachel Kirby. Any discussion on the matter? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote.
Everett Brock,
Aye.
Rachel Kirby,
Yes.
Sally Brock,
Yes,
Steve Harvey,
Yes.
Mayor Justine.
Aye, motion passes. Item 10 is ordinances. There are none. Item 11 is departmental reports. We have several department heads here this evening. If anyone wishes to address the board, please approach the podium. Chair recognizes Chief Nicole Mosley.
Hi, I was just gonna let everyone know that we did get our motorcycle in and delivered last week, so we were excited about that, and it's, we plan on using it in the parade. I don't know if we're gonna have it striped in time, but they're working on it, so we're excited to.
Just as long as you have lights.
Okay. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Mr. Purtle, do you have anything? Mr. Ming?
A couple announcements. We're going to be closed Thursday and Friday for Thanksgiving. And then December 6th is the Junior Auxiliary Christmas in the Park event. The City Hall will be open and Junior Auxiliary will be making ornaments and doing face painting in the lobby. So
What's the date and time for the Christmas parade?
4th of December.
2 o'clock.
December 4th, 2 o'clock.
And then, Mr. Harvey, what about Hark in the Park?
Park at the Park is the 17th on Friday. 7 o'clock.
And tickets can be gotten at the library.
Park Theater, and off the Hark at the Park website. It's at the park, not in the park.
Hark. Anything else to come before the board this evening? No, hearing none, we'll stand adjourned. Thank you.
Thanks for.
Yes.
There's a rumor.